Park Grandma Street back there. What's your grandfather's name? Was he the
Oh my! Never seen him again. Our crew's done such a good job in this city. His name is Cruz, Mel Cruz.
He's been a media personality for over a half a century. Currently, he has a 4-hour Sunday radio program on WIBC, a Sunday garden column in the Indianapolis Star, and a Monday TV appearance on TV6, so you really can't miss him. He and his wife love to travel and have visited all 50 states and over 40 countries around the world. Their next travel adventure will be to Africa to see the Victorian Falls and the mass migration of large game animals. He has had numerous awards, including 2 Sagamores of the Wabash. And he and Jody have 4 handsome sons, all Purdue grads. Yes. He still calls Sylvania home and sugar-free. Dick Crum.
What a pleasure. You know, when I took this job, I had some questions about it. I see a lot of you shaking your heads and looking around. Why me? Well, when I talked to Peggy Eppert, and she's the first lady here of the Tangier Alumni Community Association, when I agreed, she told me it's an honor, it's a wonderful opportunity for you. And when I accepted, she had a big sigh of relief, and I said, what's the matter? She said, you're the 8th person I've called. So the other 7 people out there who were considered, I'll take your place. It is indeed an honor to be here, and I owe my foundation, my success in life to this community. What a wonderful community it is, and will continue to be. And you know, we've had 100 years to prepare for this. We're still not, we're not quite ready. So here we go, and right now, and now the Kingman American Legion will do a 21 gun salute and taps to honor all the deceased veterans. I'd like
it would need to be cleaned. This is a handwritten copy of a history of Tangier and the planting of the original tree. Ellen Hendricks, who was a senior in 1916. It starts, the people of Liberty Township are planting this tree as a token of respect to the state of Indiana. This is a copy of the Breeders' Gazette, dated October 1916.
Readers.
Cookies, cake, white, chocolate. I'm trying not to.
This is the new platform. It's a Chautauqua and Lyceum magazine that was every year. This is an annual announcement for the Lyceum Bureau for 1916. The Indianapolis News headlines are Hoosier crowd hears Hughes state his platform. This is a copy of the Independent. It's the Harper's Weekly.
Be good.
This is the Indianapolis News, November 1st, 1916. The headlines, Hoosier crowd hears Hughes state his platform. Here's the Independent, a magazine of that time, Harper's Weekly, and it says, Woodrow Wilson speaks for the Democratic Party. This is October 1916. Here's a postcard. Everett Sanders, Republican candidate for Congress. November the 2nd. And it was sent, the card was sent to William Stevenson, Tangier, Indiana. No. Here's the newspaper for the Rockville Tribune, and it is January the 22nd, 1916, and the headlines are the story of the Powhatan County pageant. I see here it says apples, $1 a bushel. Here's the Breeders' Gazette. Anyone remember that? Says it's established in 1881, and it's the farmer's greatest magazine. This one? I remember when we had 2 county papers. Here's the Rockville Republican, and that is October 1916. Shows a picture of fall and winter overcoats.
I'm just gonna come over and kick the ladder.
As long as the cameras survive, I'm okay.
I can catch it.
Okay.
The County Times. So I don't know how many newspapers we did have. Yeah, County Times. Progressive Country Life. New fall hats, advertising new fall hats, and it's the ladies' fashion shop. I don't know. Then it's also an advertisement for the Park Hotel. Another Republican, Rockville Republican, and it says sales have more than doubled this month for suits. You can't afford to go without one of these suits. They are fast colored, laundry easy, and always good. $5 to $10. Men's. It also shows a picture of Vincennes. It says Vincennes falling in the hands of George Rogers Clark.
There's people wanting to buy books, but I didn't know where you were at.
As soon as they get done with this, I'll get back to it.
Okay, I'll tell them.
Okay, thank you.
Say, Lou, will you buy the book? I said, he's here somewhere.
Yeah, as soon as I get done opening that up, I'll be.
Okay.
Thank you.
Here in the Rockville Republican, it shows a cartoon of women's suffrage, 1916, and it also talks about the Chautauqua. New hats and suits. Here in 1916, an advertisement for the Park State Bank. Park Hotel Corner. There's an article here you'll be interested in, the Liberty Township Centennial. There's an article in this paper about that, and it mentions Mrs. Hannah Brown, Mrs. Fred Ellsworth. I think this will be especially interesting for her. Here's silk fabric, October 1916, advertising silk fabric for 25 cents a yard. And this is the Whipple Dry Goods Company. I don't know if anyone remembers that. Here's an interesting one you'll want to see. This is a picture of Charles Hughes, Republican candidate for president. That would be October 6, 1916. And this magazine belonged to Benjamin Stevenson. Know who this is? President Woodrow Wilson. October 14th, 1916, President Wilson. This is a picture of the Tangier School building as it appeared the day of our centennial meeting, November 3, 1916. This building may not be here when you read this, but we hope the elm tree that we have planted here will still be living, and the things that we have done to this date. And it is signed D.M. Brown. This is special. Did everybody hear that?
Noah, come here. Noah, where'd you go? No, come here.
This is interesting. Here's another picture of the school. This school building is equipped with a pressure water system, electric lights, and is considered as an up-to-date school. But of course, when this comes to light, it will be ancient. They put in some actors' tickets to the Centennial Pageant, which was August the 12th, 1916. They're called actors' tickets. This is a picture of D.M. Brown. Faded out, but this is him. Someone will want to read through this sometime. This is May 1916, and it's called The World's Work, Organizing the Nation, by Howard Coffin. Oh, here's the pageant. Rockville Tribune supplement showing the Park County Centennial Pageant, and it was held August the 12th, 1916. So they had a Centennial Pageant. Those are the tickets. Yeah. Long picture panorama, and it's showing the characters in the pageant, in the Centennial Pageant. So you look at this and you'll know it all happened.
Better start begging for mercy.
As long as you don't break my cameras, I'll be all right.
I'd rather break than that. It'd be more fun.
Well, like I said, as long as it doesn't break the cameras.
You got that movie camera?
Video camera. Yep.
Another world book, Organizing the Nation.
Could I pay you for a book sometime?
Sure.
Here's
I'm just
here's
saying.
the Republican again,
Tell me.
advertising suits and hats
All right.
called corkers for $2. This is an envelope showing the names of the school children at Sylvania, Howard, and Lodi schools. Also the names of the teachers. What's that? Liberty Township Common School alumni, Saturday, July 10th, 1915. D. M. Brown is the trustee.
Oh, I don't know, his chair's kind of wobbly.
The Normal Advance, which is the school paper for Indiana State Normal